Welcome back in one of the Bears Proper Plays YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday, February 25th, and I'm back bringing us more college basketball plays for you all. It is early. Nebraska and Michigan are playing right now. 4:40 in the first quarter. Score is 19-16 in favor of Michigan on the road. Lobotomy would be excellent. Every time that I have to watch Michigan play, just put the rod right here through my face, all the way out the brain, and every time I have to watch Michigan play, I want it to be another one. Just sign me up, schedule me in for every time I have to watch Michigan play basketball. One of the most frustrating teams to watch play basketball because they've got a really talented roster, have a really good coach. They're once again playing horribly, but somehow, some way, with Nebraska as the pick tonight on the money line, they're winning this game by 3 points. So hopefully Nebraska picks it up because they're playing god-awful. Michigan looks horrible. We should be up by 20 points, and they're up by 3. So that's what I'm dealing with right now in this Michigan-Nebraska game. We have Kansas tonight, -6.5, new season for Bill Self. They are outside the top 25 in the AP poll for the first time in 80 weeks. We'll see. I'm predicting 25-plus point win for Kansas. If that does not happen, I'll be right back on the pine with the Jayhawks. If they come out and look slow and look like they don't care again, they're done. But if they do care, maybe sprinkle on the future for a national title because that roster, like I've said many times, it is very dangerous. The other plays tonight, Texas Tech on the money line going up against Houston. The reason why I'm recording early, I want to watch that game in full. Number 4 against number 10. That's at 8 p.m. It is 7:39 p.m. right now, so I'm going to watch that game all the way through and then watch the Jayhawks. I wasn't going to record after the Jayhawk game. That'd be really, really late. So those are the plays, or the game picks. Player props we have tonight, JT Toppin over his total points, 15.5, and then Juan Harris over 5.5 assists as the player props. Let's move on to the games for Tuesday. We have the Baylor Bears, who have been mediocre, and I mean mediocre in the worst way possible because they've been one of the worst teams in the Big 12 over the last couple of weeks. Lost to Houston, lost to Arizona, two pretty good teams, lost to Colorado. Remember, Colorado has one Big 12 win this season. One of them, I don't remember, but the other one was Baylor. So technically they have two Big 12 wins this season now. One of the worst teams in the conference is Colorado. I would say the worst team in the conference. Oklahoma State's giving a run for their money, but one of the worst teams in the conference. And Baylor just had no energy whatsoever playing against Colorado the first time out. They're going to go up against Cincinnati in this game, back on the road for Baylor. They're going to struggle once again in this game. Cincinnati at home, they are very, very physical on the defensive side, and they've been making their shots over the last several weeks. Win against BYU, 84-66. Win against Utah, 84-75. Win against TCU, 75-63. That's the last 3 home games for Cincinnati at home. They've been playing much better offense at home. They've been locking people down on the defensive side. 66 of that BYU team. That's a really good BYU team. They put up almost 100 against Arizona the other night. I'm going to take Cincy here on the money line. They have players. Jizzle James going to get hot from the outside. I'm going to talk about him in a second. I'm going to take Cincy here on the money line against the Bears as the, I guess it's double bear down. Cincinnati on the money line as the play. Second play, it's going to be the SEC top 25 matchup. I believe Mississippi State, did they get in? They might not be ranked top 25 anymore, but I think they are. They did. Who they lose? Oklahoma, I think. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're outside the top 25 now, but either way, they're top 30. We'll just call it a top 30 matchup because I'm not sure if they're still in the top 25. Mississippi State going up against Alabama. Remember, Alabama's on that run of playing really good teams. Auburn, Missouri, Kentucky. Then they play this game. They have Florida coming up. They have Tennessee as well, and then Auburn I think they close with. So they just have a gauntlet of games like everybody does in the SEC. But we're going to go with Bama here, -8.5. This is a disrespectful line. Bama just beat Kentucky by 13, and they didn't play well at all in that game, scored 96 points. Mississippi State, much better defensive team than Kentucky is, but they just lost to Oklahoma 93-87. This is what it's saying, 93-87 against Oklahoma. And that's some really, really bad defense for that Mississippi State team. A defense that I will say has been pretty good all season long, but in that game, they were not very good. They're not going to get any stops in this game. I do think Mississippi State will be able to score close to 80, but Alabama is once again just going to run teams out of the gym. I'll take them here, -8.5 as the last game pick of the day. Let's go to the player props. Jizzle James, the son of Edgerrin James, over his total points, 11.5, 12.5, somewhere around there. If it goes with higher, 13.5, 14.5, I will play it because he has been outstanding for Cincinnati over the last 5 games. This was a guy who was taking between 8 and 10 shots to start the season. He was in single-digit shot attempts for like 6 or 7 consecutive games since February 8th, that BYU game. He has shot 14, 15, 16, 20, and 16 times over the last 5 games. So 14-plus attempts in 5 consecutive games. He shot over 50% in 3 of those 5 games. He shot over 40% from the three-point line in 3 of those 5 games, and he scored 13-plus points in every game, coming off an 18-point game going up against TCU, where once again he was the most aggressive player for Cincinnati on their home floor. Last 3 games at home, 24, 25, 18. This guy loves the energy of that home court advantage, and I will say, for Cincinnati being a pretty bad team in the Big 12, they've got a pretty electric crowd, and this is going to be a night game against Baylor. This is going to be one they want to win. They are still fighting for seeding in the conference tournament and potentially seeding for the March Madness tournament. So I'm going to take Cincinnati in this game. Could be a big win. They're currently on the next 4 out, I think, in Joe Lunardi, and Baylor is I want to say 8 or 9 seed. So if they win this game, could mean a lot for them. I think they will win this game, and I think Jizzle James will be a big part of that. Jizzle James over the total points as the first play, and Josh Hubbard will be the second play. Like I said, Mississippi State probably going to score a lot of points in this game. I just don't think they're going to be able to get any stops going up against Alabama. Give me his over, probably going to be 18.5 as the play going up against Bama. The Bama defense, 340th in the country. That is why they won't win the title this season. They can score 100 points with the best teams in the country. But if you can't stop anybody, like going up against Auburn or going up against Florida or going up against Tennessee, you're going to lose those kind of games in March Madness. Anybody can get hot at any time. I understand Alabama can score 100-plus points in every single game in the March Madness tournament, and they will win the title. But there will be some games where Bama scores 65, 75 points, and they're going to get in a lot of trouble. Probably not going to be this game. So I am going to take Josh Howard. I do think he's going to be the bulk of the scoring in this one for Mississippi State. Scored 19 points the other night on 12 shots. So he's been really red hot from 3 over the last couple of games as well. All he does is take a lot of 3s. So this is a really good spot to take him going up against an Alabama defense that won't be checking the perimeter. Give me his over total points as the final play of the day. Let's go to the NCAA recap graphic. Cincinnati money line could be a big win for them going up against Baylor. Bama minus 8.5. Run him out of the gym. Jizzle James over his total points, 13.5 is what I'm going to go with for right now because they are playing Bama. And then Hubbard, or not playing Bama, playing Baylor. And Josh Hubbard over his total points, 18.5 is the guess. Hopefully 17.5 going up against Bama as the final play of the day. Guys, it's going to do it for the NCAA basketball picks and props for Tuesday, February 25th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please drop a like this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.